Tom, it seemed like I'm sorry. It seemed like an emotional win. You guys were celebrating right after the game. I mean, what was the mood in the locker room, and how cool was it to pull off this victory the way that you did?
You know, like playoff wins are tough. It's hard to get them. We didn't have much going our way to start the fourth and dug down and found a way to win in the end. A lot of tough plays, guys stepping up, you know, Cat hitting the big shots, Jalen big shots, you know, Mikhail's defense, OG's defense, Josh's hustle plays, the rebounds. We needed everybody and just find a way to win, and that's the bottom line.
I know we've seen it before, but Jalen goes to the locker room, looks like he can't stand up, and comes back and 15 points in 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. Just kind of, are you immune to it now?
Yeah, I think he changed his shoes.
Tom, the defense on Cunningham down the stretch, you get a stop on him with OG, then Mikhail forces the turnover, then another stop on him with OG. Just when you talk about the versatility from the wings on defense, is this kind of what you envision, being able to just switch and stop?
And those guys are so tough-minded, and you need that. So to have the ability, Cunningham's a great player. You need your whole team tied together on that, and you got to try to make them work. And then you got to challenge the shots, and you're going to have to fight through a million screens, and that's part of it. But to have the mental toughness to do that, play after play, it says a lot about both of those guys. And both guys, Schroeder was out there too. You're dealing with him, so you have to be tied together. The bigs, Cat got into the foul trouble that hurt us some. I want to take a look at his drives. He's getting a lot of contact, and they're direct line drives. So I know what the rules say.
Tom, obviously a lot of focus on the fourth, but you guys came out winning all the 50-50 balls, setting the tone defensively. How did you like the way you guys started in that first quarter? And obviously it played out.
Well, I thought we played well in the first half. And the thing is, the challenge is you have to play for 48 minutes. And so I thought, our ball pressure was pretty good. We challenged shots well. We rebounded pretty well in the first half, but we have to rebound better. We have to prioritize that. And so, and that's the big thing for us.
How about the strip from Josh down the stretch and the defensive play that he made there?
Yeah, and that's what Josh does. And they're always timely plays, whether it's an offensive rebound, a defensive rebound in traffic, a hustle play where he just comes up with a loose ball, a strip. He's everywhere, and you need that mindset. And when things weren't going our way, everyone was they said, "It's keep fighting," and you win with your toughness and your discipline. And so you got to bring that for an entire game.
Tom, there were a lot of big shots down the stretch, but can you talk about Cat's three-pointer and just like he goes back like he's going in, then it's so confident, the confidence it needs to take the shot.
He has tremendous confidence, and he has amazing touch, and he shoots the ball like a guard, and he's got unlimited range, and he can score off the dribble, he can score back to the basket, he can score a lot of different ways. And when he's moving around, that's usually when he's hardest to guard. And so we have to continue to search him out, and he's got to continue to move.
Tom, game 3, you guys take everything Detroit throws at you, you win the game. Same thing this afternoon. What does that tell you as a head coach about your group?
Yeah, I think, mental toughness to me is having the belief that you could always do things better. And I know we have a mentally tough team, and we understand it's a big part of winning. But I think when you look at the playoffs, oftentimes you see there's a lot of one-possession games, and you don't know which one is going to be the difference. That's why every possession does matter, and that's why you should fight to win every possession. And so you get a couple stops in a row, you get a hustle play, and the next thing you're on a run. But you have to have the belief and the toughness. But I also think that the discipline has to be a priority for everybody. So I think when you're disciplined, it helps to get past distractions. And that's important for us.
Tom, 2 questions on Jalen, if I could. Nice line about the sneakers, but seriously, as he's limping off the court, do you think
I'm just fighting sarcasm with sarcasm.
Do you think in your mind we might have to do this without him, or?
Pardon?
No, do you think to yourself you might have to do this without him? Then when he comes back, is it past the point?
Well, I think you have to have that belief in your team. And and you never want to see any of your players get injured. And so, but things happen in a game. It could be an injury, it could be foul trouble, there could be, an illness, and the next thing you know, that next guy has to get in there and get the job done. And so I think we all have to have the belief in each other. And so you have to trust each other and you have to work together. And it's not about the individual, it's about the group. So if Jalen goes out, and we've already been through that, where he missed an extended amount of time, and we knew you're not replacing Jalen individually. You have to do it collectively. So you just do it with your defense, your rebounding, sharing the ball, and taking care of the ball. So if we do that, we have a chance to win against anybody.
Does anything he does, especially the stuff after he came back, surprise you anymore?
No, I think, and you guys have been around long enough to know, it's just he's got a great belief, and it comes from his preparation. And in the end, he's always going to figure out, okay, I can get to this, and he's got a variety of things that he can get to. And, the beauty of his game is if you watch it every night and you see, how special it is. But if you were in the gym, all the things that you see in the game, those are the exact things that he works on. And before practice, after practice, comes back at night. So when he gets into the game, his mind is already his body's already trained for it, right? And he does it at a game like speed, so he doesn't have to adjust, and that's what makes him special.
With Josh, beyond his hustle plays, he had 3 threes today. How important is that to combat some of the stuff that the Pistons are doing?
Yeah, I think it's huge. He's worked a lot on his shooting. You're open, shoot it. If you're guarded, go to the next action, make a play. But he can play well, a lot of different ways. So, and nobody shoots the ball great for 82 games. So if you're not shooting great, do something else to help the team win. And there's a lot of things that you can do to help the team win.
Tom, Mikal tonight did a really good job on the possessions that he had Cade, and he had some nice plays off the ball, some good contests at the rim. What do you feel like is working so well for him defensively right now that's kind of allowing him to affect so many plays?
I think for the entire season, I think it's been a steady climb for him. And he's always had that ability. He's always been a very good defensive player. He's got great length, anticipation, knows how to challenge a shot, can be very disruptive, can get to a second and third effort. And when you have long wings like that, I think it makes your defense a lot better. I think that's what's causing, a lot of turnovers. Is if the ball pressure is strong, right? Then we can get up into the passing lanes, and then we can get some turnovers and get into the open floor and get some easy baskets, and that'll fuel your offense.
Obviously, it's super common for throughout a playoff series, teams get to know each other better, players get to know each other better. Do you find that there are certain players who react to that to an even more extreme degree, like they start to do things instinctually in a game 4, a game 5, a game 6?
Well, I think that's the nature, of the playoffs, because you're playing, unlike college where it's one game and either you move on or you go home and there's a new opponent. NBA playoffs, you're playing the same opponent, could be 7 times, right? And so that's why you have to have your fundamentals down, right? And that's what makes Jalen so good. He's mastered the fundamentals. So if you take something away, his counter is already ingrained in him. And so having the ability to think on your feet, to read the floor, to read the defense, that's playoff basketball.
I think we played great, played with great pace. We got stopped defensively. We were hooping. And then came out stagnant. It's the second game in a row that we came out in the third quarter stagnant, playing too slow, not getting stopped. So we got to learn from it. Third quarter of the last couple of games have been inexcusable, but, we'll take the win, and now we got another one on Tuesday we got to focus on.
Josh, how do you explain, though, you guys just battling all the environment and just coming back here on the fourth quarter?
It's just the toughness, man. Everyone just, talks about this team. We don't have the physicality. We don't do this. We don't do that. We don't, but we tune that out. And, at one point I think we were down 10, in that fourth quarter, and we just got stops. Our guys, JB, Cat, knocked down shots. But we just got stops. Kel was active, OG was active, JB, it was a full team effort.
Carl's shot making just late. What did he show you?
Yeah, I mean, that's Cat. You guys cover the NBA all the time. You first 3 quarters, you go out there and you hoop and, you get guys involved, and in that fourth quarter, your guys, they go win you the game, and that's what they did.
Jalen went down.
As you're midair contesting Hardaway on that last play.
It was going way too fast for me to think about anything midair. I was just thinking, jump and try to contest it.
Jalen goes down, leaves the game, comes back, 15 points.
15 points after he came back? Well, I mean, maybe he won't go out, to start. So
a lot of grit. A lot of things weren't going our way. Shots weren't falling. Just finding a way to win. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you just talk about the momentum, how it came, went, and then you had to fight back to get back.
Yeah, man. We was up. Then they came back. Finished the second half, our first half well, and then came out in that third quarter. But even when we overact, they cut it down, and then we look up, we're down like 7. But the thing is, it's only 7. It's not that many points. It's just take a breath and just be ready to come back out there.
Your team defense tonight?
Yeah, really well, man. We just playing off one another, and just trying to win, trying to make the right play, trying to get a stop so we can win the game.
Those 2 threes, especially the first one, I think you were down 11, was away from the corner.
Yeah.
You weren't having a great offensive game. How big were those 2 threes to kind of get you guys back in it?
Yeah, man. I think it goes to my teammates, man. Just keep me locked in. I know I'm fine, and I know it's going to come, but they just kept telling me just keep shooting it. So they keep giving me confidence to go out there, and yeah, man, just trying to be aggressive, trying to make the right play, make the shot.
It's different. I don't want to say it's sweeter, but it's definitely different. And just happy we came away with a win. And honestly, it doesn't really matter to me as long as I got my teammates got my back, coaching staff has my back, and wouldn't want it any other way.
I guess for both of you, the pool report just came out, and the refs now said should have called a foul on Josh. Just kind of what you saw in that last play and reaction, and are you sweating it there as that ball's in the air?
I mean, I don't really know what to say to that. Simple as that.
Okay.
What you want me to say?
Your view of it?
View of what?
That last play.
Going back to Madison Square Garden, happy we got a win. You like that answer? Is that good?
Jalen, Mikal wasn't necessarily making his jumpers tonight, but especially in that first half, he was really good on Cade. He had a lot of possessions off the ball where was really good as a helper and contesting at the rim. When he's going well like that, I mean, you've just spent so much of your life playing ball with him. When he's going well like that, what do you notice is clicking for him when he's working so well both on and off the ball?
Yeah, he's able to be disruptive. He's able to make plays. It's just who he is. He has that ability. And since I can remember back in our Villanova days, we try not to let our offense dictate how hard we're playing. And so he brought that over today, and he was very effective. But, I mean, we have the utmost confidence in him, regardless of what's going on throughout the game. So, like I said, people have my back, we have their back, and that's how we want it.
Two quick ones for me, one for each of you, starting with Jalen. Down the stretch, first OG gets a stop. Cade was in rhythm, and then crunch time comes. OG gets a stop. Mikal forces a turnover. Then OG gets another stop. That's kind of the ball game right there. Just how have you seen their defensive chemistry between OG and Mikal develop to what it is now over the season?
Yeah, they've been great. They've been great all year, regardless of what people say or think. It's tough to guard people in this league. I mean, this league is clearly offensively driven, and it's tough to stop players one-on-one. But when you have two guys like that who just go out there and play hard every possession, and I mean, I like our chances. It's just they've been doing that since I've known them, since I've seen them play, and I'm just happy they're on my team.